Welcome to Brenna and Dad's Camping Adventure question and answer episode. As promised, we have collected a few questions throughout the week, and we are here to answer them for you live. So, the first question is from Yvette Hamill, and the question says, did you lose anything?
Yes, Brenna lost a bunch of shit.
Around?
She lost my radio, she lost my bear banger, and a bunch of shit I haven't even figured out that's been lost yet.
Around day 4, I lost, like everything just got lost. My pillow, my dirty clothes bag, nail clippers. I even got his radio wet, which I was sad about. And
that's not lost.
No, that's
you
true,
lost
but,
that when we
but it
got
was
home.
damaged, I thought. And then
It wasn't.
It wasn't, but I thought it was.
But
That's
now
the
it's
point.
lost, so it doesn't matter.
It's true. And anyways, then I was just sad and without a pillow, and then I took Dad's pillow because he didn't use it anyways.
And I'm sad because my radio's missing.
And then around day 7, I started to find everything. And that was
Except the radio.
quite funny. And the
and
radio.
the bear banger. Just my shit you never found.
The bear banger is genuinely lost in a forest somewhere. The radio is lost somewhere in Dad's house, likely packed and going to be on its way to Wollaston Lake, so keep your eyes peeled for it there.
Or Toronto.
No. So, did we lose anything? Technically, yes, I lost 2 things.
We didn't lose anything. Let's lost a bunch of shit.
All right, next question. How did the pemmican taste? This is also from...
I thought it was delicious.
Yeah, it was, upon first bite, pretty gritty. As Dad would say, my face looked like a 3-year-old child who was about to cry when I first ate it.
After they bit into a lemon or something.
Yeah. It was not the best, but did it ever do the job?
Very much so.
Yeah, it was. And you know what? After like 2 days feeding it, you didn't even notice that it tasted bad. Because also your body really needed it. So I feel like there was a sense of ignorance to the taste of it.
High caloric intake.
Yeah. So it was really good. It definitely powered us through our hard days.
I agree.
Yeah, and it was better than anything we could have bought in a store, that's for sure.
That is true.
So, just got to bring more next time. That's it, really.
That's the only problem.
Yeah, makes for a good lunch.
But then you don't lose it, so it won't matter.
All right, so now we have a few questions from Regan. And her first question is, how did the dried fish taste? The smoked fish that I tried to make there. What do you think, Dad?
Tasted like burnt plastic.
He's only saying that because I
Burnt
smoked
plastic.
it in a plastic in a smokehouse that had plastic wrapped around it, and that didn't work overly well, and I ended up burning a hole through the plastic. So that's why he says burnt plastic. But I actually think it tasted like smoked fish. Maybe a little bit chewier, a little bit drier, a little bit more burnt.
It was okay.
Yeah, but it was a decent protein snack.
Fair enough.
And it lasted for 2 days. And no one got sick from it. At least I didn't.
Fair
So, all in all, I chalk it up to a successful way to preserve fish. Alright, next question. Did you and Dad take pictures?
Many.
Lots. And videos, too.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Dad's
Watch my YouTube channel.
Yeah, what's your YouTube channel handle?
Paddling 306.
Yeah, there you go. Stay tuned on Paddle 306.
Paddling 306.
Oh, sorry. All right, next. Were the rapids scary?
Not for me.
I was a little nervous when we ran them for the first time. Remember, we were scoping it. We actually have our whole negotiation of whether or not we should scope it on film.
We do.
It's kind of a funny conversation.
Scout, not scope.
Oh, scout it. Yeah. And I was a little nervous because there was one big rock. I don't know if Dad's cut this part of the footage, but basically we're discussing this one big rock, and he said we just have to go to the left of it. And I was like, okay, but what if we don't? And he's like, well, we're going to. And I was like, but if we don't get to the left of it and we hit the rock, how bad is it going to be? It's like, doesn't matter. We're not going to do it. So that made me a little bit scared because that's kind of our lifeline. But we did well.
We did.
Got around it. As he says in the video, it wasn't textbook, but it was good enough.
It was good enough.
Yeah. No cracks, no breaks on our canoe or our bodies. So successful rapid ride.
I agree.
All right, the next question from Regan is, how do you decide to portage or run rapids? What do you think?
I look at them, and if I think we can run them, we run them.
We look for the tongue. That's space between two rocks that is formed, and you can see in the water. Because it's kind of like you'll see like white water on either side, and then there's a point in the middle that's called the tongue. And if there was like a relatively clear and simple path through the tongue, then you could probably run it.
Yep.
Then you can portage it, so that's a second option around rapids, and that's kind of last case scenario, I would say. It's like if it's not safe to run or to line, then you portage. And it's not that it's necessarily like a bad option, it's just definitely the highest effort option and the lowest risk.
Correct.
It's still a little bit risky. I came to learn that portaging is actually probably the most dangerous part of our trip, aside from any rapids we might encounter. Just because of like terrain, so you could roll your ankles, or you could, fall, hurt your knee or something like that.
Don't forget the bears.
So there's there's wildlife, bears, wolves, etc. There's bugs, and also you could of course break a bag or drop the canoe, something like that, or hurt your back trying to carry it all. So it was definitely the highest risk portion of our trip, but it was still the safest way to go around rapids, I would say. All right, and then lining. What's lining?
Lining is where you let the canoe float down the rapids and you hold on to it with a rope.
Yeah.
Or a line.
Yeah. And Dad did that twice. Dad did that twice. On like slower moving water, a little bit more chill rapids. We just
as long as you have a good base to walk on.
Yeah, that's true. As long as you have somewhere safe to walk. And then we didn't run those rapids because it was far too shallow to run.
Correct.
So that was kind of
very bony.
The things we considered when we decided to portage, run, or line. But we actually encountered 7 sets of rapids.
In total, yes.
9. 7 on one day, and then the 2 Birch River ones. Birch Rapids. So 7 was...
7 or 8, anyway. I thought there was only 5
I think there were 7. Because there was 4 we portaged around completely, and then there was 3 that we lined, ran, and then lined. Right?
Okay.
And then there were the 2 bigger sets. So anyways, we did all 3 things, really, with rapids, so that was quite fun. And then the last question here is, how was the weather, and were you cold?
The weather was very warm, and no, I wasn't.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd echo that. The weather was really good. Not even very windy. Like, I think we had one night with wind.
Yep, it only rained at night.
It literally only rained at night and at like 6 a.m. And if anything, it was a bit smoky the first couple days. So it would have been actually nice to have a bit more wind to blow that out, but we had just perfect weather. So perfect that on our paddle days, it was dead calm, glass-like water for the first one. And for the second one, it was like, not glass water, but pretty nice, like 32 degrees out and like pretty calm. And when we got off our trip, probably like an hour later, a giant thunderstorm rolled in. That's how perfect our timing was.
Yep.
So overall, really successful trip. Thank you for your questions. And is there anything else, Mom? Excuse me. Any other questions from the audience? Okay. And that's it.
All right.
This is it. We're over and out.
Goodbye.